Dear students, I welcome you back in the last lecture of Unit 4, that is lecture 5 of Computer Organization and Architecture, KCS 302. In this lecture, we have discussed some secondary memory, some different architectures of the secondary memory. Parallelly, we have discussed some access method, how the access method is there. Parallelly, some RAID models. RAID is redundant array of independent disk. So we are starting with the lecture. Following are some contents. The contents of this lecture are secondary storage, magnetic hard disk, disk controller, and the last but not least, we will discuss about RAID model. Here, as far as the secondary memory is concerned, I am giving you a brief overview of some mechanical structure, read-write head detail, and the bit representation by the phase encoding. This is the diagram of magnetic hard disk. You have seen many of the times in the fundamental of computers, you have seen this type of picture. I feel being a student of IT or CS branch, you must have seen the hard disk, real hard disk, by keeping it in hand. You will see in this diagram, you will find that this is, I will show you with the anode feature of this. Here you can see with the spotlight. This is the rotary drive shaft. In this shaft, you are having the disk, different disk connected to each. The disk is having, you can say, an array of disk. Array means the disk 1, 2, 3, 4 up to the disk n can be considered, can be included with this shaft. We are having multiple array of disk, multiple disks are there. These disks are having two type of surface, above surface and the below surface. Here also above surface and this is the below surface. For all the disks, we are having two type of surfaces for a particular disk. This particular disk will be divided into the tracks and the sectors, and parallelly all these sectors together will called as a cylinder. I feel this is a very interesting topic, hardware topic, which you must be aware with. Being a student of CS or IT branch, you must be aware with the internal structure of the hard disk. You must be aware with what are the different type of magnetic hard disk or optical disk or something else, or what is the structure of a drum is, what is the structure of a RAID model is, how many RAID models are there. These are the some basic simple questions you must be aware with this. As far as this magnetic hard disk is concerned, here these are the platters. These disks also can be called as the platter. And this is the access mechanism. What is the meaning of access mechanism? Access mechanism means having some mechanism by which you can use the disk in the form of read operation or the write operation. All the operation, read operation or write operations can be accomplished with this access mechanism. We are having read write head over here for both of the side of the disk. We are having the separate read write head over here and read write head over here in the upper side and the back side. Similarly, in the concentration of the track and the concentration of the lower track, upper lower, and then the last upper track, there are some difference between the tracks because the distance from the center of the inner track and the distance from the center of the outer track is far. It's a different between the distance, because the area of the outer track and the area of the internal track is can't be equal, because the area of outer track will be larger as well as the area of internal track will be lesser. In that case, but it is the requirement that we have to keep the equal number of data bits to be stored onto the both of the track. say in the 0 track, that is very inner, and the nth track, that is the extreme outer, the n number of bits, say one example I'm saying, the storing capacity, 1 MB will be stored in the inner state, in the inner track, then the 1 should be stored into the outer track. So for that formation, the coating of the material which is to be done for storing the information will be highly dense into the internal part and lessly dense in the proportionate in the pro rata basis from internal to the external, means the outer. The coating will be the less dense into the outer one, and the deepest one, the largest dense, will be into the inner side of the track. So this type of formation are being done for the track of the disc. Similarly, you will see this is the read-write head detail. Here in the read-write head detail, you are having this is the air gap, and this is the air gap between the disc and that read-write head. This is being required because the physical wear and tear, to save the disc from physical wear and tear, this type of gap is being considered. This is a magnetic thin film, and the magnetized current will read the information from the magnetic disc. As far as the bit representation of the phase encoding, you will first of all you see this picture. By this you can encode, by this you can understand this complete formation, this complete phase encoding. Here you will see this is the there are two type of edges: rising edge of a clock and the ending edge of a clock. In the there are two type of logic again: positive logic or negative logic. If we are considering rising edge with 0 and going ending edge with 1, then it is called as negative logic. If the vice versa is, then it is the positive logic. For that very purpose, in this figure, you will see, if I am calculating, if I have a clock starting from here and then rising, then it will be called as 0. If I have a clock with this rising edge, you will have a 1 value. So by this you can find out the values of with the use of phase encoding from here to here. You see, you compare with this, and now you compare, you will find out this value will be called as the 0. Now see this bifurcation, this 1 bit division. This 1 bit division for the 1 is like this. This is the area. This is the clock bifurcation, clock division. Here with this ending, with this rising edge, this you will consider it as a 1. Again, you will consider it as a 1. Again, you will consider it as a 1. But starting from here to this, it will be called as the 0 bit. So by this phase encoding value, by this phase encoding method, you can find out this magnetic read-write head can read the information from the disk by using this phase encoding method. So these are the different ways. There are another ways can be there by which you can read the information. So however, in this magnetic hard disk, we are using this particular read-write head with the help of magnetized current. As far as the organization of data on a disk is considered, I have already discussed you. The disk is divided into the tracks. One disk can be divided into the tracks, and these tracks are divided into the sectors. So for example, you can see this is the sector 0 and track 1. This is the sector 0 and track 0. Means, for example, if I am considering it as track 0, it is track 1, it is track 2, it is track 3, it is track 4, or nth track. By this way, we can divide a disk into the tracks, and this particular will be called as a sector. So this is the sector. Now you can say, for example, if I am saying this is the 0 sector, this is sector 1, this is sector 2, then it will be called as the sector 3, where the track N if this will be called as the track N. If I am considering it as a track 0, track 1, track 2, and this called as the track N, and this will called as the sector 3. So by this way, we are dividing the disk into the tracks and the sectors. And as I have told you a few minutes back, that the formation, the coating of the track NF and the track 0 is different. What is the reason of this difference? Because you will see the area of this track is much larger as compared to the area of this track. So, but there is a phenomena, there is a principle that the number of bits which is to be stored into this track and the number of bits which is to be stored into this particular track must be equal. For making this homogeneity, for making this equality, we have to coat the contents, we have to the magnetized coating should be dense over here as compared to this 0 track. So by this way, we are organizing the data on the disk. As far as the access data on the disk, these are the following methods. Following the data, there is an error correction code. We maximum of the time we are using an error correction and detection code for correcting the information into the disk. Difference between inner track and outer track, I have already told you. What is the difference between inner track and the outer track? As far as the density, I told you the number of coating which is to be done of the magnetic disk should be larger into the inner area as compared to the outer area. Outer track access time, this is the time taken to retrieve data from the storage. Seek time, the time taken for a disk drive to locate the area on the disk where the data to be read is called as seek time. In other words, the time taken for a disk, it's a lengthy definition. You can understand it by the different way. This is the time taken for a disk to drive to locate the area. Means, for example, I am searching some particular bit, some information onto the disk. Then that particular disk drive is to be rotated because we have to read the information with the help of read, and we can write the information with the help of write header, and the read will be done with the read header. So to take that particular location of the disk, the disk have to be moved. That particular movement of the disk to reaching till the read head, that particular time is called as the seek time. So the time taken for a disk drive to locate the area on the disk where data to be stored or to be read is called as the seek time. Again, rotational delay. A rotational delay is the time between information requests and how long it takes the hard drive to move to the correct sector. So this is again, there are two type of information. When the head is moving, this is called as the seek time. When the disk is rotating, that is called as the rotational delay, or you can say latency time. There you have to be vigilant. The difference is that if the movement of head is there, the time which takes in other words, it's very clear. Whenever you have been called, whenever you have been asked for the difference between the seek time and the rotational delay, then the very simple idea is that seek time is the time consumed by the header, and rotational delay or latency time is the time taken by the disk in rotating or in reaching that particular stage on which that particular location of that bit data can be read from that particular location. Simply, rotational delay is the time between information request and how long it takes the hard drive to move to the correct sector. So the difference between the seek time and the rotational delay is very clear. The movement of the head is seek time and the movement of the disk is called as the latency time. This is the disk controller. The disk controller is a controller which helps in controlling the complete disk operations. What are the different disk operations? Disk operations means movement of the disk in every phase and every attribute, like you can say movement of the head, movement of the disk, like seek time, the latency time, how we can reduce the latency time, how we can reduce the seek time, what is the access time, the performance, the efficiency. This all is to be controlled by the disk controller. So here you will see the processor, the main memory, and the system bus. These are the three mandatory requirements of a computer system: the processor, the main memory, and the system bus. Through these three requirements, three features, the computer system is working. Now this system bus is interacting with the disk controller, and what are the different you can say subordinate or the you can say lower hierarchy of disk controller. This is the disk drive, and this is the secondary disk drive. Means it can control a master disk, it can also control a slave disk, or simply a system can have multiple disks. For example, your system can have hard disk 1, hard disk 2, or master hard disk, slave hard disk. So you can attach a number of hard disks as per the available slot into the motherboard of your system. So your disk controller will control the number of disk drives attached with your system. So as far as the operations, basic operation of the disk controller are there. These are the following basic operations. What are the basic operations? It control the seek time. It controls the rotational latency. By controlling means optimization. By different optimizations algorithms of reducing the seek time. Different optimization algorithms of reducing the rotational latency are there, which can be covered in the principles of operating system. So these are the different operations which are being controlled by the disk controller. Read operation, write operation, and the same time error checking, error detection, error corrections are another operations which are being controlled by this disk controller. As far as RAID disk array, this is called as redundant array of independent disk. What is the full form of RAID? It is redundant, A for array, I for independent, and D for disk. This is redundant array of independent disk. What is this? This reduce the particular information which can be hampered, which can be deleted. For example, it increases the reliability of the system. By using this, you can increase the reliability. Redundant array of independent disk means you can increase, a note feature is being required over here. By this, you can use multiple disks for the system reliability. What is the meaning of reliability? For example, you are using a single disk, and the copy of the data is only one. And during the working, that particular hard disk or that particular disk has been crashed. So the data onto which you were working has been crashed out. In that particular case, you must have a copy of that particular data. For example, you take the application of the banking application, you take the application of railway reservation system, or any other system where the information is very crucial. The data of the customer, data of the you can say entrepreneur, the data of the enterprise is very you can say important and the costly as compared to the this cost expenses spend on the purchasing of this hard disk or any other disk. On that cases, we required these type of model, redundant array of independent disks, or some of the time we can say redundant array of inexpensive disk. So using this, we can have a multiple copy of the same data. How it is increasing the efficiency? It is increasing the efficiency because, for example, I have a system, you can say you can take the railway reservation system. I have n number of, for example, I have 3 replication of the same data. 3 replication means there are 3 copies of that particular data into the system. If I am accessing particular data, that is something from the track 1, Another user is accessing the something data from number track 2. The third user is accessing the data which is on the track 3. If I was having a single disk, then the priority of user 1, user 2 and user 3 will be maintained. Means if my request is first, then I will serve first. If the request of the another person is first, then he or she will be requested he or she will be served at the first level. So at any level, we have to come in the queue. A queue will be formed. For example, user 1, whether it is on the first position or the last position, user 2 and user 3. Into that particular queue, the last one will having the say example, we are being served in the 1 millisecond. The total serving time will be 3 millisecond, because I am taking a very ideal example. If the request one has been served in 1 millisecond, then the second will be in the second millisecond, then the third will be in the third millisecond. The total throughput of the system will be 3 millisecond. If I am having a 3 replication of the same data, 3 replication, 3 redundant disk, 3 redundant array, RAID, redundant array of independent disk, then the all 3 operations can be performed parallelly. So the complete time taken will be 1 millisecond. Complete time taken, or simply the system throughput will be 1 millisecond. So we are enhancing the efficiency of the system. We are enhancing the reliability of the system, and the overall overall performance of the system can be enhanced with this RAID model. So we are having different type of RAID models, that is RAID 0, RAID 1, RAID 2, 3, 4, RAID 5. So what are these? If we are having identical copies of the data on 2 disks, then it is called as the RAID 1 model. If we are having 2 copies or 3 copies, then these are RAID 2, RAID 3, RAID 4. Why we are using multiple RAID? For increased reliability. As I told you, maximum banking systems, maximum railway systems, or the systems which are having multiple companies like MNCs, they use this type of model. They use generally redundant array, RAID model 2 or 3 or 4. But if the data is very crucial, then maximum of the organization which are having a very secure, very crucial data, they use RAID 5, because the parity based error recovery means they also ensure if any correction or has been occurred, they also ensure no error free system. For ensuring the error free system, they use RAID 5. Because why we are using RAID 5 into that system? Because they also provide the error recovery, parity based error recovery. So to read more about this RAID array, just search on YouTube my previous lecture which I have recorded in the past in the RAID models. You can search by these keywords onto the YouTube. You can read about the maximum level of RAID models, different RAID models into that particular lecture. As far as this optical disc is concerned, you will see a very interesting phenomena over here. This is the optical disc. Generally, this compact disc, CD-ROM, which are readable or read-writable, and this DVD-RAM are there. These are formed with a polycarbonate plastic. These are generally made up of polycarbonate plastic. Here, these are using pit and land. This is called as the pit, and this is called as the land. A aluminum coating is being done on the polycarbonate plastic. In this polycarbonate plastic, aluminum coating is being done with the formation of pit and with the formation of land. These are the this is the label, and this is acrylic over here. Here you will see this particular formation, this particular optical rays are being formed, optical rays are being sent onto the pit and the land. If how we do the formation of how we do the formation of the binary pattern, or how we do the formation of the recognition of whether it's a 0 or whether it's a 1, we do some phase shift where we are having no detection, where we are having no reflection, or your detector, there is a source and another is a detector. Source send the optical rays onto the disk. If it is taking back, if it is observing the reflection, if the detector is observing the reflection, then that particular phase will be having no shift. If it is not getting any reflection, then it is called as the change into the shift, change into the bit. Say this is a source, it's a detector, it is sending the rays to the bit. No, detector is the reflection is coming and detector is detecting, so there is no change. Whether it is, if it was 0, then it will be called as the 0. If it was 1, then it will be called as 1. Generally we consider bit as a 0 and land as 1. Now see, from when it is changing from pit to land, then there will be no reflection. Means detector will not receive any reflection message. So we will consider this particular information as a phase shift, and then we will consider that till we are receiving any till the moment we are not receiving any no reflection signal, we will consider that particular complete bit. For example, here some change has been done. This is the 0 bit. Here some change will be done. So this particular change will be considered as again 0, 0. Here some change has been done. So will be called as 1. So no change. Again a change is being done. 1. No change. Again a change will be done. Means no information has been detected over here. No information. Whenever the no signal has been received, no reflection has been received, it will be considered as the 1. So again 0, no reflection received, detector will consider as the 1, and the so on. So stored binary pattern can be considered, can be saved, can be encoded with this help. Now consider this particular information. Similarly we are having the magnetic tape system. In the magnetic tape system, a gap phenomena is there. We are having a gap between file to file gap. We are having a gap between record to record gap. So here, this is the file gap and this is the record gap. This is record 1, this is record 2, and this is called as the record gap. By this way, we can use 7 to 9 bits for recording this. 7 to 9 bits has been considered for marking the file and for this recording the information. This is the organization of data on the magnetic tape. By this way, this lecture, this particular complete lecture 5, have given a glimpses of the secondary memory. In here also we have discussed the redundant array of independent disk, some models, redundant array 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you are saying this particular 5 is only for the error checking and correction, where we are having the very secure information, we are having the very costly information or the data. To securing that, to making that correct, and to ensuring the correct information, we are using the RAID 5. We are using the RAID model 2, 3, or 1 for the reliability, for the efficiency, for the performance. So I feel by this information, by this lecture series of the 5 lectures of Unit 4, I have tried my best to cover all the topics of Unit 4. However, if some topics has not been covered or has been left, or you are not, some doubts are there, you can talk to me, you can send some messages, I can take doubt class, or some doubt class will also being arranged on the LMS, Moodle LMS by the second teacher. So you can also take the doubt class to understand more onto the Unit 4. Thanks a lot.